Hello mercenaries and welcome back to some more Stoneshard. Today we will be diving into yet another run. And let's just get it started. I teased a bit in the previous episode that we were... Oh.
The caravan is gone. My leg.
That we were going to play Durban. And then I thought a lot about it and I really want to try dual wielding first. But Durban doesn't start with dual wielding. I think it would have been fun because he has daggers unlocked. But Yorgrim starts with dual wielding and I feel like trying out this new mechanic. We have played, although we haven't played much with crossbows yet, we have played with ranged weapons a lot, and there's nothing new in that tree per se, although the crossbows will change how we play with it. I think dual wielding as an entirely new concept is intriguing, and I really want to try it out. Now, ironically, I would prefer to play Velmir with dual wielding because I like his trait better. And so this is the first time I felt like for real I was constrained by the lack of character creation, which will come around at some point, but we gotta get... If we want to start with dual wielding, which I do, then we gotta have the Berserker Frenzy trait, which is still good, but just not for killing trolls, which is really what I want. Anyway.
Is that so? Interesting. So here you can also
speaking of trolls, Baron, please. Speaking of trolls, I have once again learned a healthy respect for the troll, which is really nice. God damn it, man, that ending to the previous series was probably called for, and I mean, we can't be mad. It's nice that it's powerful and scary to fight against, so I don't mind it too much. Now, I want to talk a bit about dual wielding in here. Dual wielding, for those that don't know or aren't too well versed in Stoneshard as of right now, we can elaborate a bit on what this does to you when you equip two weapons. We have something called hand efficiency. As long as you only have one weapon equipped, whether you put shields or whatever you put in the other hand, as long as you only have one weapon equipped, you have 100% hand efficiency, at least as a base. So, and it specifically says here that dual wielding negatively affects this trait. So you can imagine that main hand efficiency at 100%, everything is at its standard. As what you see is what you get. We deal 23 damage with this weapon, and all stats are at 100% efficiency. So what happens if I add a weapon in the other hand? Boom. Hand efficiency goes down for both hands, both for main hand and offhand, and it goes down to 75 and 50 respectively. Now, what does that do? Well, the first thing that we notice is that weapon damage, main hand damage, goes from 23 on the Dwarven hand axe, or Dwarven axe, which is also what it tells us on the equipment here. So if I equip the other one, it goes down to 18, which is 75% of 23, obviously. And then we have the sword in the other hand going at 50% of 20, giving us 10. It still adds up to a more damage dealt per round on average than if I only have one weapon. So in that regard, it is better, except we, of course, if we didn't have a sword, we would have a shield probably, or a dual two-handed weapon, which might deal the same amount of damage. Now, it doesn't stop there with hand efficiency. It also negatively affects other stats on your equipment. So, if we talk about the other stats that are on this Dwarven axe, it gives us armor penetration, body part damage, crit chance, crit efficiency, and I don't know about skills energy cost, but we'll look at all of this. So the easiest one to look at here is we go like this. We say the Dwarven axe has a 15% armor penetration, and the sword has a 5% armor penetration. So does hand efficiency affect these numbers? Together they would add to a total of 20% of armor penetration. We start at 0, add in the axe, we go to 15 armor penetration. So we should go to 20 when we add the Traveler's Blade, but we do not. We go to 14, which is in fact less than the Dwarven axe has as a base, because both of them are lowered and the Traveler's Blade doesn't add all that much. So that's very interesting. It basically means that everything you see on the equipment, on the weapon, is reduced by the hand efficiency. Now, I don't know about the skills energy cost, but I bet you we can go down here and find out. Yes, the skills energy cost is added together here. It starts at 100%, goes up to 25% when you add the 25% X, and the Traveler's Blade comes in with 5%, adds to 130%. So the skills energy cost is not affected by the hand efficiency, and I think in general we can probably then presume that all negative effects on your weapons are not affected by the hand efficiency. But this is just me going by assumptions, but this is important to understand as we go forward and select our weaponry and decide, what we are going to carry and so forth. So this is of course important. Then when we're going to unequip this apprentice cowl first of all, because it doesn't really do a lot for us. And I like Mr. Jorgen to look like a dwarf berserker without that cowl on. Now, we open up the dual wielding tree, and this is where we will be investing our points from the beginning. We have only 2 points anyway, and we can definitely spend them in dual wielding, and then it doesn't matter what kind of weapons we are dual wielding, because we're just having general dual wielding traits. And then I'll talk later about what kind of weapons I would like to get, but it'll really depend on what we find, both in treatises and random cool weapons that we might uncover throughout the playthrough. So let's talk about the skills that are in the tree here. There are 2, and one of them here is the primary one that I've been thinking about that we will be using, the Berserk Tradition, which sounds very Jorgen to me. It says, for each armor slot which doesn't offer protection, with the exception of cloaks, belts, and jewelry, they grant 2.5% hand efficiency on top of the stats that we are getting right now. You get 4% dodge chance per, and extra crit chance and crit efficiency. So how many slots is that? Well, that'll be 1, 2, 3, and 4, I believe. Right? Because it was not cloaks, belts, and jewelry. Let me have a look at it again. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Belts didn't add, jewelry doesn't add, and the cloak doesn't add. 4 times those stats. So if we look at it again, it's 10% hand efficiency, and it is 12% dodge, 16% dodge. 200 will be 10% crit chance and 40% extra crit efficiency. That is quite a lot. And the passive bonus at the bottom then says 3% extra crit efficiency, crit chance. So that's a lot. Of course, we're unlocking this one here. It's a passive bonus. So now our crit efficiency is through the roof. And if we can look at it better here. If I unequip this item, crit chance here is massive. We more than double our crit chance. Our crit efficiency is also based sort of on the axe. Crit efficiency started at 129%. We get it all the way up to 171. So 40% extra more damage on crits and 10% more damage chance of critting in general. And there's one more thing that I wanted to point out. Right, the dodge chance is also really important to look at comparing it to how much you get as a base and how much we are then increasing it. If we don't have anything equipped, we are at 14. Equip both of them, we go up to 26 from 14. So it's almost a double increase in dodging. And this is without. This is with the fur vest, so I can unequip the fur vest, and it goes further up to 30% here, and crit and crit efficiency then rise even more. Yeah, I thought it was a little bit weird with the numbers before. Here we go. It makes much more sense now. That is a very nice addition, and so we will be running without the fur vest. It gives us 1 protection and 2% physical resistance, which is barely nothing. Like these numbers mean almost nothing in the grander scheme of things, while not having it equipped gives me 4% extra dodge, and if we deal more damage, which is the result from having the thing unequipped, then there's a chance that I kill an enemy 1 turn earlier, which means 1 less attack on me, and like 1 extra turn with fur vest is not worth 1 less turn in the combat as general. I hope that is making sense here. So absolutely, that is an amazing starting skill, and I think lays the groundwork for playing with dual wielding in the first case. Now the interesting thing is it's its own little tree here with Dying Fervor on its the next thing here. You don't have to take these 2 skills here to enable the rest of the tree, so this is optional. I just really feel like we should try this Berserker tradition out, and it makes me want to go for like an entirely dodge-based build, which we've never done on the channel before. And so there we go. We can get Dying Fervor, again, grants 25% hand efficiency when health drops below 50%, which is also really nice. Okay, and then on the other side here we have Flurry of Blows. It says what? It's range 1, energy 20, cooldown 13, delivers 2 dual attacks with 25% less hand efficiency. 2 dual attacks with less hand efficiency. Which means 4 attacks basically in a row, because a normal dual attack is 2 attacks, so you double that up into a total of 4 attacks, but then all of them deal less damage. Now, that's really good for different things, because a lot of like stances and some buffs are dependent on they increase in stacks when you hit an opponent with an attack. So you can directly go in and look at that here. A successful hit grants the Siege Initiative. You can have each successful attack against the target grants 1 extra stack of these effects up to 6. And so with the normal one-handed blade, you would take a minimum of 6 turns to get Seize the Initiative to the maximum stack effect you can get. With dual wielding, you get there in 3 turns, minimum. Right? I think so, yeah. And then with that other Flurry of Blows thing, you can get there basically getting the 4 stacks in the first swing and the next swing, so basically 2 turns to get Siege Initiative all the way up to full speed, which lowers their dodge chance and increases our accuracy, which is just really nice. Alright, so do we go for Siege Initiative as the first thing, or do we go for the Flurry of Blows? I think the Siege Initiative is a better one. This one here says more blood. A Flurry of Blows kills its target. What? Receive 10% hand efficiency for 3 turns, and the skill itself doesn't go on cooldown. Alright, so this is for killing massive amount of enemies. This one I'm gonna be a bit wary about because it doesn't help us against the troll at all. While this one over here, dodging against the troll, is super nice. I think that's the way we're gonna try to beat the troll, just having him never hit us, which is gonna be an interesting setup. Yeah. All right. So I'm diving into Seize the Initiative first. I do want this skill. It's amazing, and since it's been this is the newest update, it doesn't go away like over time, only when the opponent in question dies or leaves vision. So you only apply it once per combat as a base, and then it just sticks, and each successful attack against the target grants more stacks. It's just amazing. So there you go. Good to get that online. So we have this naked dwarf almost running around with a cloak and a belt and shoes, and that's about it. And then we have Jorgrim's amulet here. We should get Varen's ring. Mention some ring, give it to me. Alright. And we'll see. This is going to be a very volatile build based on a lot of luck in the dodge chance. So I'm not sure how far we will be able to go, but I'm hoping we can get to the troll. And we'll find out the hard way, which is fine. Let's go and pick up our initial equipment from the barracks. That was a lot of intro talk. I hope it was worth listening to. Should be some. It's important to understand, I think, the dual mechanics before you start playing. I think we want to switch out the Traveler's Blade here for the Peasant Hatchet. It is slightly better. Yeah. It increases skills energy cost by a lot more, but we only have 1 skill, and we have more than enough energy to use that one, so that's not a worry we have to deal with right now. It deals a little bit more damage. And more armor penetration, body part damage, yeah, it's just better. This one comes with blood chance, which gives me more survivability, but we are going to be all about killing the opponents as fast as we can. And then we are going to equip a crossbow at the start, that's why the hell not. It is a good weapon, and it will help carry us a little bit through the early game, giving some poking damage. We can also get a spear, so, of course, so I don't really know what we would take here. I think the spear is at least worth selling compared to some of the other things here. But Princess Cow is worth almost nothing. Can we shuffle it around to make room? Yes. There you go. Go and sell these things. And so we'll be using the same opening strategy that we did in the previous series, which is to go to all the points of interest first. I really think that that is the new meta here, at least the one that I will be working with. So, sell some loot here. That's all the metal objects. We will buy an extra set of lockpicks and quickly peruse the weapons and wish that we have more money, and then promptly move on. So going for an entire dodge build, dodge build in general means a lot of things for our playthrough in general, which is primarily, since we often end up spending money on high tier armor and stuff, that won't be the case anymore. The best armor we can get that doesn't offer any protection, which is the requirement of the dual wielding thing here. You can have any armor in a slot as long as it doesn't offer protection. And so those things that do not are really cheap. We could buy this linen shirt, giving us 1 physical resistance. I think also this, no, not the leather vest. There's a little better, like a shirt that is a little bit better than this one. There's also this crimson headband, which I don't see why we wouldn't buy that and look like a ninja. For 6 coins or however much I paid for it. We will sell the fur vest. We will then make an informed decision about the rest. We can also get gloves that don't do all those all protection at all. So like here we can get leather gloves, and it does come with some resistances that we can afford it. So I don't see why we wouldn't add those on. Riding boots do not offer any protection either, and are the problem with the riding boots, and it's sort of indicated by the flavor text, is that they are comfortable for long rides, not so comfortable for long walks, and that is reflected in the durability of them, which is significantly lower. So they get destroyed quicker, but they offer a little bit better resistances, and since it's so cheap, I might go for it. Let me do the math here. We should buy the linen shirt. 32, 1% physical resistance. Do we have any physical resistance as a base? I don't think 1%. Unless it's round up and then gives us 1% resistance as a base. Damage resistance. Physical resistance is already 1%, so we get it to 2%, which means at least 1 damage out of 50 gets removed. So let's try it. For 32. Then we could also at least consider the hood. See, this one gives us frost resistance, which is not that necessary. Wanderer's Cowl comes with physical resistance, but this one costs 196, which is not what I want to pay right now. I do want to save some money because we will need a lot of medical supplies for this build, just in case we don't do all the dodging. When we don't do the dodging, we will die. So, copious amounts of healing salve is required. Lots of splints. Do we have more money? Yeah, let's get another healing salve. We have a bandage. And I think that's good enough for now. Maybe we should go for a herbal extract. It's not that expensive and will help a little bit with pain management at the start. I didn't sell these nails before. I'll go and do that. But then I think we are ready to move out. Drink. Sell the nails. Alright. So let's plan out a route that will get us through all the points of interest in the shortest amount of time possible. Let's see. I like getting to the Abbey of the Holy Revelation. This is where we know up here that we will get a piece of equipment that we can actually use. So it depends, because the Yorgrim's Amulet is decent. Oh, this one might be better. Oh. Interesting, yeah. Accuracy and crit chance. 3% crit chance is not to be scoffed at, and I believe that the Hand Amulet doesn't really offer us that much in the way of attacks. It gives us 3% lower damage taken from all sources, which is also really nice. Alright, so maybe we don't go for the Abbey first. So we'll go south first. Through here. This is a bit of an interesting swing. We do have to dart out that way and then come over here. Do we want to swing up this way though? And then back down here and then over? They are sort of weirdly positioned here, but I'll do it like that. We'll go south, west, and for this point of interest first. And I think we're ready to move out. We don't have a lot of food with us, but usually we are able to sustain us on the way. We can hunt a bit with our crossbow, and we should be able to make do by picking up penny bun and save some money that way. The thing is, like I said, we don't need to buy heavy armors or anything, so we will be saving a lot of money in that area of the spectrum. But then I do want to pay for really good weapons, at least. That's going to be I think we will focus a bit on early on, having the best weapons that we can, at least in theory. I know I often plan out these things, and then it turns out that I can't make myself spend the money when we get to the point where we have the option. We'll see what happens. Mind Ward here. More penny bun on the way. Oh. He spotted me right fast. Oh, we haven't loaded our crossbow. Alright. I'm a little rusty, I suppose, with the crossbow here. Reload it. Shoot at him. Fail at that. Reload it again. Very quick here. Yep. Alright. And he's shooting. They're falling short now. Did they used to fall short, their ammunition? I don't believe I've seen that before, so that might be a new thing. Seize the initiative on this guy, and we'll try to get him killed right fast. Yeah, he didn't hit me. I dodged. And then, unlike blocking, which can still damage you, dodging, well, it completely gets rid of all incoming damage, which is really nice. So when dodging works, it's absolutely the best kind of defense, but when it doesn't, you're boned. So it's an interesting trade-off. Oh, nice. A crit with the crossbow deals knockback. Can we shoot at him here still? Yes. I actually thought they had fixed that, but apparently not. Alright. And we do have another ring slot, so we might as well equip the copper ring. Sure. Oh, got another one incoming. They usually come in pairs of 3. That's not a pair, that's a group. So he has spear abilities, this guy. So what we can deduce here is that no matter how I approach him, if he's gonna be able to get the first swing on me. Which means if I step closer, he can use this ability or a basic attack, and if I stand still, he can use the impaling lunge. So he will hit first, but if I stand still and he doesn't use impaling lunge, which sometimes happens, then we still get the first strike. So I'm gonna stand still. Okay, so he used the impaling lunge, but then he's gonna come in and he's still got the first strike. Or at least we give him the option of failing to use the ability, which the AI sometimes do, right? Does do. Now, if the AI was then really smart, after me having stood still and he used the impaling lunge, he should stand still and either wait for his ability to come online or wait for me to approach then, so that he gets the second strike as well. Right? But the AI is not that smart. Oh. This music tells me that we are already at either the hospital or the witch's hut. Which is interesting. This is the herbalist hut. Alright, I was clearly wrong. That's fine. Here we find the backpack, right. So we will be equipping the backpack. Put the cloak in there. Put a splint in, some healing cells, an extra stack of lockpicks, and just a penny bun is fine. We can cook here. Oh, there's a corpse. Can we loot the corpse? Yes. Oh, I think I've been forgetting to do that in some of the other playthroughs then. Oopsie daisy. Find an unidentified stuff, which I don't think that one is worth all that much, but it's worth more than nothing. So we will pick it up. Here, out of these herbs, there's not really anything that I need. Thyme gives us energy. Bogbean gets rid of intoxication, which we don't really take a lot of, and the Mind Ward helps us with morale and sanity, neither of which are a problem at this stage in the game. So let's just move on. Finding the backpack first is a really nice little find. Wolves I'm not so sure about at level 1. I should get out the crossbow and reload it. Did I forget to pick up the ammunition after that other fight? I might have done exactly that. I think I might. Yeah. I am, I suppose, a bit rusty. It's been like 3 or 4 days since I recorded the final episode of the other series. So here's something else that I've been thinking about. Right now I'm streaming, what's it called? Evil Genius, which is really fun, but I'm getting more into the streaming mindset, I think, and I would like to start streaming Stoneshard at some point in the near future. When I'm done with Evil Genius on stream, I'm gonna consider at least making the next playthrough, I think, on a stream. Okay, we gotta switch and then seize the initiative here. And don't worry if you're not into the whole streaming thing. Don't worry about it. Of course, all of the cool thing about streams is that it pleases both audiences in most cases, since I release the streams as videos after the fact, and so you can watch them at your own leisure on my YouTube channel, whichever you prefer. Okay. Oh, and this time he did not use his spear ability, so waiting worked out for me. Which is really nice. Not for the AI, but for me. Drop the Mind Ward, pick up the penny bun. Rhubarb. Eat it. And just move on. Let's see, I have lost track of, but if we, this is at the edge of the map, so we just keep going south until we hit so we can't go south no more, and then we will know at least that we are on the right map tile if we haven't found the point of interest by then. Basically, we can't overshoot it. Oh, wolves again, uh-oh. Okay, we can fight one wolf, probably. He's gonna dash to me. Seize the initiative. Okay, we can kill wolves. At least one with 2 crits. I don't know if we should pick up this wolf pill. We'll find better stuff on the way. Where's the peasant flail here? Because I just dropped one. Good job, Keejchen. Oh, and we found the bandit camp. Oh, and there's wolves right up here. Isn't that fun? Here, doggy. I got friends for you to play with. There we go. We split the diff. I'll take this guy, you take that guy. I'll keep pulling him a bit further away. Oh, he got a crit in on me, that guy. The wolf is bleeding, so we might as well run away and let it bleed out. And we leveled off of that. Perfect. Good. And then I do want the Flurry of Blows, since it'll allow me to activate Seize the Initiative even faster than we are already doing. And we are gonna go probably, I don't know if we are ever gonna get anything other than agility throughout this playthrough. Agility will give us dodge chance, counter chance, and crit chance, lowest fumble chance, and well, we get to increase lockpicking and disarming as a side fringe benefit. So, I think that is a really cool idea. Oh, okay. As if I didn't know that Wolf was right here. Seize the Initiative then, and then Flurry of Blows. And so then we are already at 5 stacks, right? Because you Seize the Initiative is 1 stack in itself, and then you are applying 4 stacks after that. Look at those stat differences. So we get plus 12% accuracy, and since we are lowering his dodge chance, we are almost guaranteed to hit with every strike at this point. And there you go. How much is my base accuracy? Just out of curiosity. There we go, 93. And so if we get plus 12 and they get minus 12, dodge directly affects the opponent's accuracy, as far as I understand. So we are almost at 100% accuracy when we are, after we've used the Flurry of Blows on an opponent with Seize the Initiative. And then we are gonna hit with every attack and deal tons of damage, which is quite fun. So Seize the Initiative, Flurry of Blows. He dodged one of those, so then we didn't get to apply all 4 stacks, we only went up to 3, so he dodged 2 of them? Oh, he blocked one of them as well, alright. Good on him, and then we killed him. Now the Crude Falchion is an upgrade to our current weapons, but this one is broken. I still want to carry it with us though. There we go. Barrel, nothing. No chest in this bandit camp. Let's have a quick rest here. If we can rest here, we can go and probably have extra... what am I trying to get at? Extra XP income for the next fight. So let's see the bread here. Move on. It does cost food to rest that long, so we lose a bit of resources. Hopefully it's worth it in the long run for the XP. So we are just going directly east, yes, until we hit a forest and then come out of that forest as well. So it's just a lot of walking right now. Now we should get out the crossbow and reload it in case we come upon a rabbit or something that I want to shoot at. That other one saw us early and escaped, but we will continue to keep an eye out for that horsetail. It doesn't really matter. Keep on moving. See if we can make good time. I'm hoping... I probably spent too much time talking at the start, but I would have liked to get all of the point of interest into the first video. I doubt that's going to happen at this point. Get the Buckbane out instead of the Hempbane here. Buckbane. Not the Buckbane. We saw that rabbit just here, but it's... Oh, damn it. Okay. Slippery little bastard. Good stuff. Oh, and we find a grave here. Got mud all over me. Aye, the soil is hard here. Dwarves always have a Scottish accent. I'm not sure if I can do a Scottish accent. I don't know if I've ever tried. Just a little bit more. It's not really Scottish. Whatever. Eat. Penny bun. Alright, let's move on. Hedgehog is spotted. Okay, I don't see it right now. No. Oh, wolves. I think we will dodge them. We can beat one wolf at a time, but a group of wolves, it's just risky even taking the fight in the first place. As always, we are playing on permadeath, so we only have one life. We lose that one, we die, we have to start a new campaign, and the next campaign will not be Jorgrim. The next campaign will be Dervin, even if we die early on here. So Jorgrim, if you want to live, you gotta fight, sir. We can reload again, but we can't shoot again. So switch. I think he's about to die. Yeah, so I don't want to seize the initiative on him. It would be a waste. Just kill him. Then wait for the next guy. He comes in full health. Seize the initiative. If we dodge his swing, then we go Flurry of Blows. And we just murder him. Alright. So yeah, it's like I said with early on, it's a very volatile build. We either kill the opponents super fast, or if we don't, I mean, if we're unlucky and we don't hit all that much, or they block a lot, or whatever, then we might just die because we can't take any punishment back. We dish out the damage, but we can't take it ourselves, which is an interesting trade-off. So far, it's working out pretty well for us. Can't complain. Let's see if we can get that rabbit. Come on, Sir Rabbit. Stand still. Nah. We had a shot and we didn't hit. Oh, and he's the bandit cat. Perfect. Pull that guy out a little bit. Again, and load, and no. I mean, we get to load, then we switch. I don't think it's worth using abilities on you. You're almost dead, and there he goes. Get the crossbow out again. And rinse, repeat. So yeah, in general, I think the crossbows are better than the bow for characters who do not have the range skills. That's my general opinion. When you start a new character, and I've always said you should carry the bow. Right now, I think if you're not speccing into range weapon, the crossbow, while having a lower firing rate, it comes with more base or less base accuracy penalty, and it just does more damage per hit bolt, so you have a better chance of actually landing one of the bolts and you use less ammo for that same trade-off. I think it's just better for those specific characters. For Dervin, I think in general you would want to go with the short bow, or the real bow, but of course next run we will attempt to make a Dervin crossbow build, because that's should be, at least, if nothing else, fun and new. What happens if I click R? Nothing. I can't reload with like a hotkey. I can just click on the enemies though, and that's good enough. Alright, he started bleeding. Reload again. Switch. And murder. Oh, don't attack. Just oh, and we find a brigand dagger. Did I talk about this already? I don't think so. So, but what I would really prefer in terms of weapons would be daggers. I would really, really love to do a dual wielding Jorgrim dagger build. It will require us to find a dagger treatise at some point. So, I know promises, but that's my wish. We'll see if we get, like, if I get given, like, Axe Treatise 3 for free, or similar for any of the other weapons, I might just commit to that. Or if we find the best cursed mace in the game, then how can I not go for that? So nothing is set in stone right now. Stoneshard. Anyway. Eat some stuff after we've slept here. Oh, we should cook our food. Good. Keep eating, and eating. Just because the icon goes away doesn't mean you're not still hungry. We are in fact still hungry at this point. Might as well overeat a bit. So we're not on the brink of hunger all the time. Which are we going for next? Oh, should we go directly north and get that done first? I think Maybe go for this one, then up here, then that one, and it's like a little bit of a detour, but whatever. We will do it. So what was I saying? We were going one north and then one northeast. Nettle is a decent enough herb. Henbane can't be bad. Flea ward is really good. Alright. Poppy for pain. Doesn't matter. We won't be needing all these. Part of the reason we do these early points of interest hunting is because the enemies at those locations are level adjusted, so you can't. I'll be honest, I don't like that part of the game. I never liked level adjustment in any game. I have talked about this before. It means that we can go out and explore into the wild. As long as we go to the points of interest, we know that we will find enemies that are not a challenge, which is what level adjustment does to you. Level adjustment means that the enemies you meet are balanced to be at a specific level in relation to where you are at that given point in time. And so we can never find enemies at these camps that are too strong for us to beat. It didn't used to be like that at the beginning of Stoneshard's development. They used to have just a set, like I think a pre-rolled guard in the camps, and it was sometimes really dangerous going to the points of interest early on. I found that to be way more interesting, and I hope that at some point they go back to that mentality. But that's not where we are right now, and so of course Keejchen will be the one who abuses that part of the game. I mean, if they decide to make it a part of the game, that means it's not really abuse if I do it. I hope everyone agrees. We find an unidentified spear. You know what? It probably sells for more than this staff here. The golden dark. But we will not be using it because we have already committed points into dual wielding. So we would be hampering ourselves for the... Unless it's like the best cursed spear in the game. But I had that in the previous one. Oh, we find the Wanderer's Cowl. Alright, I didn't want to have a hat on this Yorgrim character because it's not really Berserker-like to have this wizard's hat or whatever, but it does come with 2% physical resistance and energy restoration and bleed resistance. I think it's slightly better than the Crimson Headband and also has more durability. So sure, now it's too dark for us to really see. But there he is, sitting by the campfire. Do it like this and it looks like he's sitting. Alright, so now we go one northwest. Get up the crossbow as always, reload it. Traveling by night is actually kind of dangerous, not for any mechanical in-game effects, but for the fact that I have more trouble seeing like wolves and bears in the dark. So there's a higher chance that I overlook something and we run into enemies. Now this was me running around a corner, so it doesn't really apply directly to what I was just saying. But in general, that's the case. We find some raw sinewy meat. Good. Okay, and we will be dodging those other wolves by going up this way. Let's see. We were here, and then I went one northwest. So now we went back one. So we are moving up through this little piece of forest here. So we'll go one road west from here, and then north. Yeah. Along the edge to dodge those other wolves. We don't want to be surrounded like that. We were lucky that we ran into an encounter like that at the edge of the map, so we had an easy out. Oh, get out the crossbow again. Reload it. We might be running out of ammo. Yeah, we should probably, in fact, I'll keep the crossbow out, but I gotta be a little bit more selective about when I use it, because we want to use it in situations where I don't feel like we could win the melee without a shot landing first. Most battles I think we could. A hedgehog is spotted. Or we might want to use it for hunting. That's also a fair idea. Yeah, I really have trouble seeing. I'm trying to keep an eye on the log because it will show us if we spot something, and that might be easier than looking at the actual play area. Oh. Are we there already? Oh, this is the signal tower. The troll, once again, is really far from Manshire and closer to Osbrook. Interesting. Wait, this looks really weird. Is this really the troll location? Yeah. We could get a Watchman's Sword if we wanted. I don't think it's as good as the Cruel Falcon, but it might be worth some money. Nah. It's usually also broken, isn't it? Let's pick it up. It might even be better than Patch and Hatchet or the Dwarven Axe, but right now everything we are picking up is broken, so it's not worth using. Alright, of course we're not gonna go in and try to steal any loot from the troll in this instance, and they've also removed all the good loot from the troll location that I was abusing a bit in one of the earlier playthroughs. There's no helmets to be found anymore, and none of the kite shields either. So you get the Watchman's Swords, and I think the Levy Bow, which is also a decent enough bow. But that one I don't think we can pick up without starting the troll fight, and I'm pretty sure that we would be crushed by a boulder if I tried to pick one up. And I would really prefer not throwing away the run like that. Now I lost my bearing. I think we are at the right location. Yeah. I hear the music of the witch. Okay, which means we can get to fill the water skin. And then we can go in and talk to this nice old lady. I've never tried refusing her potion here. I'm not sure what would happen. Probably nothing. I just think you don't get anything, which I don't really want to get that. So we have an unidentified potion. We will find the witch's hat here, I think. And Geomantic Treatise 3, which we don't really care about, but we will, of course, take the Geomantic Treatise and sell it somewhere. The witch's staff is also worth a ton of money. So, now we gotta start dropping some items here. Of this Watchman's Sword. Geomantic Treatise is worth a lot of money. This Disenchantment Scroll is not, so let's not bring that. The Witch's Hat, is that better than the Wanderer's Cowl that we found? The answer is no, it's not. We can get to lower cooldown duration by 5%, which is at least something, but I want the physical resistance, bleed resistance, and energy restoration over that, I think. Now, it's worth money, though. Drop the first 5 Garrick here. There we go. The Fang Amulet. Not worth that much money, and my current amulet, I think, well, no, this one is arguably better. It comes with almost the same crit chance. You know, my current amulet has 3% accuracy, but before we determined that accuracy is not really our problem, and so the Fang Amulet offers us physical resistance, nature resistance, and magic resistance on top of that, and 2% counter chance. Okay, I have talked myself into it. And so I don't think we will be carrying Yorgrim's Amulet home. I shouldn't leave it behind when we can just drop a splint. It's worth some money at least. Bark being here, and over here we find an identification scroll. Perfect, we'll use it on the potion, just in case that it is something we want to get rid of. And it's a potion of healing. I don't know if I've ever had a potion of healing, but I think I can guess what it does. I'm assuming that it just gives you straight health points back, not like anything pain or related to injuries. If it also healed injuries on your person, that would be freaking amazing. But I wouldn't expect it to be the case. This is, of course, a potion that we will be stuffing into our tavern chest and then not using until we find, or we're ready to go to the troll location, as Per usual. Right, so I gotta be conservative with my crossbow ammunition here, because I believe we can just murder this guy. A melee, no biggie. Seize the initiative. Flurry of Blows. He dodged some of that, but then he's dead. Next. I don't want to have my cooldowns off here. So there we go, we're ready. Seize the initiative. What happened here? He used Mighty Kick? He has a Mighty Kick? Really? Oh, that's cool. And then Enforcer comes with a Mighty Kick. He didn't get to push me. Interesting. Didn't know he had that. And then he got to knock me back again. Okay, so if he knocks me back once more, he will knock me into the tree, but then I took his head. No, he's got a friend. Alright. Now we're getting a little bit of dangerous territory. A nasty crit could spell danger for us. I'll take my chances. Yeah, okay. That was probably not a fight that we had should have taken. Not only was that a bit of a risk, but as we're moving on right here, we are pretty wounded. Can I hit this guy here? Come on. Kill it. Never mind. You suck, Yorgrim. At least at range. Alright. We are out of the forest, and so we need to move one more map tile over. We should get out the crossbow and reload it, just in case. Trying to watch out for enemies here. And so this should be the point of interest location. Oh, we've got buffaloes. No, that's not. Bison. Buffalo. What is the difference? I don't even know. Can we shoot over these buildings? Yes. Not that we wanna. We wanna draw them out and kill them in melee. To save that ammo. Well, I mean, we don't have that many points of interest to go. But I'll wait from here. So, seize the initiative. Flurry of Blows. And he is screwed. Next up. Let him come in. Seize that initiative. The initiative is mine. Now we found a crude falchion that is not broken, so I want to equip that immediately, and even switch them around because it does more damage than the axe, and it just generally comes with really nice stats. Yeah, and crit efficiency now is through the roof. Both of our weapons boosting that means we should be at almost 200%. Yes, 219. Which more than doubles that is the efficiency of crits. So crits already do deal more damage than basic attacks. I'm not sure. Is that just improve the efficient bonus damage you deal with your critical attacks? And crit chance is the chance to deliver an empowered attack or spell. I wonder. I've never really found out as a base. What happens if crit efficiency is at 100%? Is that then when you deal damage, is you just deal the normal damage? Because crit efficiency always starts at like 140-ish. So I'm wondering exactly how that works. I'm not so sure, and we won't learn it right now. If anyone knows, as always, you are more than welcome to educate me. And pushed me out of my ignorant state. We find a jewel here, an amethyst. Very cool. Let's cook some food real quick and eat some of it. To make room. We can sleep here before we go to the next encounter. Let's just do it for a little while. We don't have to sleep that long because it's pretty close. Eat. Drink. And advance. Oh, there's a barrel here. with a piece of coal in it. Get out the... Oh, it was already loaded, so we unloaded it. And you can unload crossbows now, by the way, in case you were wondering if you could. I don't mind that they added that, but I'm not so sure why they felt the need to make crossbows unloadable. Okay, did we get ambushed here since they're coming in like that? I wonder if I can kill them all in succession here. I'm gonna try. That guy will use his impaling lunge, but nothing happened. Interesting. So we should have Yorgrim's bonus right now, which means we will deal a lot more damage. Oh, this guy... Oh, he does have a mace. I don't think that has knockback necessarily. I think the spear is the more dangerous opponent here. So let's give him the attention. Yeah, and I mean, we can deal with that, these guys, but not without taking at least some damage in return. So heal up a bit and keep walking. Get out the crossbow, make sure it's loaded. Okay, one more map tile over, and we are arriving at the next point of interest here. And we've almost gone an hour already, so we will not be able to make it all the way back to Osbrook in this episode. But hopefully we can then squeeze the return trip and the dungeon into the next episode, like we did in the previous run. That should be doable. With some smoked ham. Here's the point of interest, which is just another bandit camp. Oh, forgot to use the seized initiative. So we already level again. Very, very good. Now, like I said, I don't really want more blood here, because this won't help us against the troll. I would rather focus on skills that can help us when we are in a 1v1 situation, and this one does nothing there, except the 3% accuracy from the passive bonus. And since we can't go further into the dual wielding skill tree right now, I'm thinking we want to go and get the combat mastery trick. And this time we might want to go for the defensive tactic, because this one combos with dodge chance, which is why we want to deal more damage with our weapon and such with the offensive tactic. That's nice. But I find that it's way more important that we consistently dodge. Yes, blocking and dodging will also replenish my maximum energy, so that I will never really have to focus on vitality. We will get our energy restoration and income from the defensive tactic. I think that's the superior tactic to go for if you are going for a dodge build, which is the intention. So go for defensive tactic and then just double down on that agility, and we'll see how that works. Dodge now went up to 29, and that's without the tactic online. And on top of that, you've got to add in that we often will do injuries to our opponents, and that lowers their accuracy, which means that we will be doing even more, or dodging even more. Seize the initiative on this guy. Flurry of Blows. Murder him. Then we get Yorgrim's bonus for the second kill, and it takes almost no time. Perfect. There's a chest here. Now we find a better hat, and usually I would be celebrating, but this one offers protection, and so we don't want to be using it. We do want to bring it back though, because it's worth a good amount of money. And we found another unidentified potion. That is pretty lucky. That is pretty lucky. Let's see, we are semi-hungry? No. Oh, don't move. Drink. I will eat the smoked ham to make room, and then I will drop... We need to drop more than one thing. Yeah, we can drop the meat. It's not that important. Okay, we still need to drop one thing. We can drop the bandage. We are... What's happening? Where did you come from, sir? Okay. Right now we have satiety, which is usually a nice thing, but this one lowers my dodge chance. So this is the only build where I do not want to be well fed. Not sure where that guy came from. Maybe I missed him when we walked into the camp? That seems weird. Huh. We almost died because of that. Wow. So yeah. That was interesting. But we should be in the clear now, and now we are moving into Manshire, where we will end the first episode. And so I think we are off to a great start to this playthrough here. Let's see how far we can go. I think if I can keep us alive for that long, I think at around level 10 at least, we should be able to kill the troll with the full-on dodge build. It's pretty strong, and we do get to counter-strike on dodges, and then that precisely because we dodge, if you recall my Ana fight with the troll, we were constantly being pushed away from him and knocked back, because when you block, there's still a knockback chance, and so on and so forth, but there's no knockback chance if you dodge, so we won't get knocked back as much, and I will get to counter a lot. So I'll probably be able to just stand next to the troll most of the time and just swing at him without being hurt in return. Though the thing is, when he does hit me, we will be taking a quite severe punishment every time, and I'm not really sure. That's the worry. I'm not sure we can stand that, right? So we'll see how it works out. Next episode, we are at 1 hour, so I'm gonna go to the tavern and call it a night. And then in the next episode we'll do the item management and try to get all the way to Osbrook. So thank you guys as always for watching. I hope you will enjoy the dual wielding playthrough. And don't worry, we will be exploring crossbows more with Dervin in due time. Well, that'll be in the next playthrough. So see you next time, folks, and bye.